Hi, good morning, children. How are you? It's long ages as we met last, right? Yes, we were touching this area of diversity and discrimination in the last class. Okay, welcome back. So, which are the area coming in this lesson? Let's go through. Only introductory part was taken in the last class, right? Okay, and I was giving you two homeworks also. Let me believe you have completed it. Okay, good. Yes. So, which are the main area that we have to cover in this lesson? Okay. First one, it is diversity in India. First one, diversity in India. Second one, prejudice. Prejudice. What is the meaning of prejudice? Next one, what is discrimination, or what is the what are the differences between diversity and discrimination? Next one is an important area, that is stereotype. What is the next one? Stereotype. Next one, inequality prevailing in our country. Which are the areas of inequality? What is meant by inequality? Which are the areas of inequality prevailing in our country called India? Last one, it is the story of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Story of Dr. Ambedkar. Let's go step by step. First one, it is diversity in India. Come back. What is diversity? That you know, because in the last chapter, in the previous chapter, we were going through this area completely. We know which are the areas of diversity, what is the meaning of diversity. What is diversity? Tell me. Yes, diversity simply means difference. Diversity means differences. Which are the examples of diversity that are seen in India, that are found in India? Yes, there are many diversities are there. Even though we are a nation, there are many differences are there. Climatic differences are there. There are differences in religion. Next. Yes, taste and preference. Then climate. Then vegetation. What's the meaning of vegetation or flora? Means cultivation. That means agricultural production. Then next one, it is their education. And what is the next one? The regional differences, etc., etc. Language differences, taste differences, practices, etc., etc. Many type of diversities are in India. It is no need of any further explanation because you know everyone, I believe. Okay. Yes. Next one is prejudice. What is the meaning of prejudice? This term prejudice was already introduced in the last class, I believe. Right? Yes. Prejudice means foreseeing others without any clear-cut idea. What is prejudice? Foreseeing others without any idea of these people. We have just an assumption that they are somewhat not good for anything, or they are somewhat inferior like that. Such type of feeling is called prejudice. So, by prejudicing others, we are actually discriminating others. Means we think that we are superior and all others are inferior. Not all others, means some are inferior to us. We are superior. Such type of emotion is called what? Prejudice. Now tell me whether this is good or bad. Tell me. Yes. Good or bad? Bad. Bad or very bad? Yes, it's very bad. Okay, next one, what is discrimination? Discrimination is also somewhat equal or somewhat nearing this prejudice. Discrimination means when there are differences, when there are diversities, we are simply discriminating others that they are superiors or inferiors. That is the difference of areas. Differences of areas, we are classifying the difference of areas is called what? Discrimination. That's called discrimination. Next type, it is stereotype. This is very dangerous. This is very important also. Stereotype is actually the image in the mind. It's an image in our brain or image in our mind that some are superiors, some are inferiors. Some are high class, some are a low class. For example, if think that all the poor people are good for nothing. I'm lucky, I'm blessed one because I have a lot of wealth. And I have a complex in my mind. What is the complex? That complex is called superiority complex. Together with an emotion or with an image of superiority complex, I just consider, I have a prejudice in my mind that others, some are inferior and superior, they are inferior. Such a complex in our mind is called what? Stereotype. It may be on the basis of wealth. It can be on the basis of wealth. Rich people have a superiority complex, and at the same time certain poor people are there. They feel that we are inferior, we are good for nothing. It's also not good. Actually, we have to respect ourselves and we have to respect others. Self-respect and mutual respect both are important, right? Yes. So, this stereotype can be, which are the basis, which are the foundation, which are the factors that are coming in stereotype. One, it is wealth. Stereotype can be from wealth, due to wealth inequality. And another type of stereotype can be occurred on the basis of the caste. On the basis of caste, there are high caste people, there are low class people. High class people or high caste people think that we are superior and other castes are inferior. So it can be on the basis of, tell me, caste. Then can you tell me another example for this possibility of stereotype that can be occurred in our country? Can be on the basis of wealth, can be on the basis of caste. Next one, yes, religion. Religion is also a factor that creates a stereotype in a democratic country like that of India. How? Some religious believers have a thought, have an image in the mind that our religion is the best one in the world. In which religious practice that I am following, that is the best one. That's good. That thought is good. That image is good. But the danger is that when we are thinking that our religion is the best one, no need of hatred of another religion. Loving our religion, we can love our religion, we can follow our religion, we can have an image in our mind that all our religious practices are good. It's good. That feeling, that image is good. But when we are hating other religious believers, when we are we have a contempt towards the practice of other religious believers, that is dangerous, especially in a country like that of India, being a democratic country. So tell me, which is the next area of stereotype? That is religion, right? Yes. Then there is another danger, another area of stereotype can be that of created by regional difference. Regional difference. What is the meaning of region? Yes, area or place or locality. Something that my place, my native place is the best place in the world and all other places are inferior. Like that can be created. Such type of stereotype can be there on the basis of region. Many areas of superiority complex, stereotypes are there, and in all these cases, what is the danger? Difference is good. We know that there is unity in the midst of diversity in our country. Differences are very good. But when we have a bad feeling about others, negative feeling about others, that negative feeling creates what? It creates a peculiar type of difference, a peculiar type of danger in our country, that is a complex. Superiority complex. You know that both superiority complex and inferiority complex both are danger. Both are not good. So this complex can be called, or image can be called what? Stereotype. Bad image. Creating bad image among the people. Some think that we are superior. and others think that we are inferior. And the people having superiority complex again think that we are superior and others are inferior. They are good for nothing. We are good for everything. Like that thought is dangerous. Next is a familiar area, that is inequality. Inequality means the differences. Which are the areas of inequality? That's already told. No need of any explanation in this regard. And this inequality can be on the base of rich and poor, on the base of educated and uneducated, etc., etc. And next one, the story of Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar. It's a familiar word to you, I believe, right? What is the importance of Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar? Yes, Ambedkar is known in the worldwide as the creator or writer or author of a very big book. What is the book? What is the name of that book? Tell me, Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution is a very wide document, an important and large book, which discusses or which directs the rules and the laws of our country. Being a democratic country, there should be a well-defined rule and the law for everything. There can be a lot of controversies, a lot of ideological differences. So there should be a law, and we people are obliged to follow that rule, follow that law, follow that book. So Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar is the father of Indian Constitution. Father of Indian Constitution. Who is that? Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar. And in this lesson, we are going through certain important events in his life. In your book itself, one event is discussed. What do you know? One day, when he and his friends or his brothers, they were waiting on a railway station. What was happening? You can go through that story. It's not so important, but the story, the theme of the story is very important, especially in this lesson, especially in this book, and especially in a country like that of India. Because it is a very pathetic story of discrimination and stereotype. Discrimination and stereotype. What is that story? One day they were waiting in a railway station and they were late. They could not go to their home. At that time, the station master was approaching them and he was asking what was happening. Seeing their dress and address. Dress is an address, right? Yes, seeing the dress and all, the station master thinks that they may be coming from a high class family like that. Anyway, he was approaching these poor children and they were hungry, they were eager to see their family, they were eager to go to their native place like that. Anyway, he was ready to support him and he asked him, where are you coming from? They told the real place that belongs to and what is the community they belongs to. They answered, we are belonging to Mahar community in Hindu religion. Hearing this word Mahar, he was stunned. Stunned means it was stood still without moving. Because seeing this appearance of these people, these children, he thought that they are some type, they may be belonging to some upper class of people. But hearing this word Mahar, it was shocking news to the station master. Because, what is the reason, Because Mahar caste is an untouchable class, is a lowest class in Hindu community at that time. Untouchable means when these upper class people are accidentally seeing these poor people or these low class people itself, it is considered as a crime. So the lower class people at that time was asked to move away from this view of these upper class people. Such a dangerous type of inequality was prevailed in India at that time on the eve of independence. Okay, and this Ambedkar and the station master was again, the station master was ready to help them, but the rickshaws, many rickshaws are there placed. They could see many rickshaws were waiting in a line, and the station master approaches each and everyone, but they were not ready to take these poor people, to take these low class people, to take these humans in their vehicle. Why, you know? The reason is not a crime. The reason is simply they were belonging, or they were born to a low class community called, tell me that name of that community, Meher. Don't forget it. Okay, just not Meher. Meher community was a type of untouchable class in the society. Untouchables. So this is a story introduced or familiar in your book. You can go through that story. Let me introduce one more story. Are you ready? Let me introduce. Yes. There is a story that I believe this story was told, introduced by me in your class or 7th standard. I don't remember. Anyway, just listen. Only 2 minutes or 3 minutes is needed. Are you ready? Okay. One day, when this Ambedkar was going through a street, he could see a barber shop. He could see a barber shop, and he wants to cut his hair. He needs to cut his hair, and he was approaching the barber, and he told, yes, I can, yes, no problem, you can sit there. And simply in the midst of this conversation, this barber was asking this boy, seeing his well dressing and dressing like that, this barber thought that he is coming from a high class family like that. Anyway, just for knowing, this barber was asking this boy, Ambedkar, Bhim Rao, at that time his name was Bhim Rao, and he was asking, which community do you belong to, dear boy? And he, without any second thought, the boy answers that, yes, I am belonging to Meher community. Yes, hearing this same type of feeling was happened in the case of barber, just like that of the station master. What was feeling? Yes, they were shocked, they were stunned, they were speechless, they were standstill, hearing this word from this boy's mouth. So at that time, these community were considered as very low class men. So they were discriminated, and they were considered as inferior at that time. This is the story of Ambedkar, and at last he was taking an oath in his life, a pledge in his life, that I will raise my voice against this. Getting a chance, I will be raising my voice to the voiceless people in my community. It means Meher community. And through his effort, through his continuous lifelong effort, he could win in this regard. And he was at last assigned the duty of creating or forming or writing this Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution is highlighted as the largest constitution among the democratic countries of the world. So who was responsible for this creation? Dr. Ambedkar. And what about his sufferings? Suffering a lot, hard and bitter experience he was having in his childhood days. Not only in his childhood days, he was the first lawyer who was coming from his community at that time. First lawyer. That's also can be highlighted. So at last he was recognized, and even after he was getting a job also, he was discriminated in his offices and all. Many type of discrimination was there. Yes, at last he could win in his effort, through his lifelong effort. We recreated the law that all are equal before law. No discrimination should be allowed on the basis of religion, region, language, then community, caste, class, color of skin, dressing style, etc., etc. Okay, that is the theme of the lesson. So let's conclude this lesson. If you have any doubt, you can ask me later. Which are the areas? Diversities in India, many diversities. And prejudice is the foreseeing of the people, of other people, without any clear-cut idea. And what is discrimination? That is classification of the people. Classification of the people into variety classes. That's called discrimination. Then stereotype is the image, a dangerous image that people are creating, some as inferior and some as superior. That is stereotype. And inequality is the difference. It can be on the basis of wealth, then region, religion, then caste, then education, etc. etc. And the story of Ambedkar. Two stories were introducing. One, the bitter experience that he and his brother was having in his childhood days when they wanted to go from one place to another place for getting what, a bullock cart. Bullock cart drivers were not ready to take these boys simply because they belongs to the lower class called, what is the name of their class at that time? Their community, Meher caste. Another experience he was having, a bitter experience from the part of a barber. He was not ready to cut the hair of this Meher boy because he was belonging to a lower class. And at that time this barber was telling one more thing, if I am ready to cut even the hair of a buffalo, but I will not cut your hair because you are belonging to a lower class people. So he was thinking that I am not equal to an animal. I am somewhat inferior to that animal. Such an image this even barbers are having. Then how can I live? And he was taking a note that I will raise my voice to this upliftment of this community, and he could win in this effort. And let me believe